The show starts now. Welcome to the Weekly Roundtable, where the takes are hot and FOMO set to disable. Welcome to the Weekly Roundtable, where friends are made and we all drink that red maple. Break. Juan's got his eyes on the latest somehow. We being forex that make you go wild. So crazy is a man on a mission like a Tesla. He most def got a vision. Weekly Roundtable, we got no cables. Predicting the future using their bagels. Chart is throwing out numbers, no trouble. He finds the gems for real, no struggle. Calculations running through your mind. Weighing options, seeing what you'll find.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining the stream. Looks like I'll be solo this evening. Everyone's enjoying their holidays with their family and friends. I hope everybody had a very Merry Christmas and you're enjoying your time with your family, etc. Don't forget, nothing on this stream is considered financial advice. And before we get further, I just also wanted to mention that we do have some links down in the description below for Bitunix, one of our partners for exchanges, as well as Degen's Crypto Weekly, which they have just recently released their latest episode of the Degen's Weekly, which I will show you now. So just come onto their site. It's a free weekly newsletter, weekly.beehive.com, and you'll get the latest information, everything you need to know about the market. And this is the recent one here, episode 9. So you just go through it, a lot of good information, let you know about Bitcoin dominance and USD dominance, et cetera, pretty much the same things that we show here on a daily basis. So let's get right into the chart. This is the Bitcoin chart currently. We are sitting at 95,783. As you can see, Bitcoin has been respecting this liquidity zone here. Each time we get into it, we bump back up. Yesterday, we did have a red day. We had a high of 881, almost hit that 100,000 mark again, as you can see here in the green. But it dipped all the way down to a low of 95,111. And currently, as I said, 95,684. Sorry, 674. Okay. The other thing we like to show, as I mentioned in the newsletter, is Bitcoin dominance, which is here. We thought we were in a bit of a rally and the altcoin season was going to begin, because Bitcoin dominance had dumped all the way down to this 54% range. But it has since retraced. We had a bit of a change in the market where there was a lot of liquidity flowing from altcoins to Bitcoin, which showed a bit of a pump in the Bitcoin dominance, which it continues to slightly climb. So we'll keep this chart. We'll keep showing it every week, and we'll monitor it and see what's going on. The other one I want to show as well is the USDT dominance right here. Shows the trend line of it trending up. It did break below it, and it has bounced off it a couple of times. And actually, currently, it is trying to reclaim that trend line. We have Crypto Cruiser joining us. Let's see. Welcome, sir. How are you doing this week?
Hopefully good. Can you hear me now?
No, I think you're still having mic issues.
Son of a bitch.
Not sure what's going on there.
Okay.
But you can join us for the visuals, unless you can get your mic going. Okay. Now, there is a new chart that I do want to follow starting going forward. And it is one that I found through another YouTuber that I follow. And it's called the CBBI. What this is right now, the score out of 100 is 80. What this is a chart that kind of takes all of the most popular indicators, the cycle, the pi cycle top, the Newpol, the fuel multiplier, what else we got here, the Trollo, the 2-year moving average, and it combines it all into a chart that kind of explains what the cycle top could be and the cycle peak. And as you can see in previous bull markets, they usually get up to around 100, this chart, or this this indicator. Once we get up in that zone, then we know that we're getting pretty close to the market. So you can see up here we were up at 100. Last cycle, what did we get to? 98. And then currently right now we are at, as I mentioned, at an 80 as we had dropped down. So once that gets close to 100, basically that's kind of a, I mean, it's not accurate, just like all the other charts are not accurate, but it does give a fairly good indication as to if we're getting close to the end of this cycle for Bitcoin. And according to this chart, we have plenty more to go, which is good to see. Let's see, this is our altcoin season index. Let me give that a refresh and show everyone. As you can see, we have plummeted. We're nowhere near, as I said before, we thought we were near or in an altcoin season when Bitcoin dominance began to drop. It fell off a cliff. Altcoins started skyrocketing. You saw 5 to 10 to 15% in some of them per day for a couple of days there, and we've now since dropped way back down. We're now back in this neutral territory. So we are not in altcoin season, not in Bitcoin season, but just kind of, I don't know, in the holiday season, I guess you could say. Nothing's really moving right now. We'll have to wait on that. We'll have to monitor that closely to see what comes next. And then the last thing I wanted to show here as far as charts is this is the ETF chart. It lets us know when or the volume in the ETFs, whether it be inflows or outflows. And as you can see, the last couple of days, we've had some pretty heavy outflows. Let me give this a refresh, make sure it's on the right date. Okay, so, now it's updated. So today is actually a green day. Is this today or is this yesterday? 26. So this is today. Today we did have an inflow day, which is nice to see, even though the Bitcoin price isn't reflecting that. But 4 days prior to that, we had 4 consecutive days of outflows in the market. So the biggest one being, where are we here at? Outflow of $671.9 million. And then, followed by 277, 226, and 3 and change. So we've had quite a few days in a row of outflows, the biggest consecutive days we've had in quite some time. As you can see, the inflows have been really, really good since the beginning. Where are we? Basically the beginning of October. So we're having some outflows now. Could be a lot of profit taking because the market did jump quite a bit. A lot of people were up in their altcoin bags. And then, of course, with the holiday season upon us, a lot of people were taking profits. And, of course, we can't forget also taxation. Tax season, there were, a few or a lot of profit taking probably for that as well. All right, so I guess we can head into the news. I see Cruiser is back. I'm not sure if you got your mic issues fixed or...
Can you hear me now?
Still not hearing him. I think it might have something to do with StreamYard, because when I got onto StreamYard today, there was an update and there was something going on. I had to actually reset the stream's guest link, but I'm not really sure exactly what's going on there. But okay, well, we will continue. Our main news story for the day, we did have a little bit of information to go on about Cardano, but I guess we can save that for next week. There's Juan was actually looking into that. Basically, Charles Hoskinson came out and said that he was separating himself for the Cardano project itself away from the Cardano Foundation. I'm not sure exactly why. I don't want to speculate at this point. We'll wait for Juan next week and he can give us all the information on that. But what I did want to talk about is there was some news about Richard Hart, who, those of you that don't know, he is the creator and founder of Pulse and the Hex token. It had been doing very well. They've got some, very loyal followers. But recently, there's been news about him. I'll share this tab here now about him being in trouble with the law. Now, apparently, I'm not exactly sure why. And we all know that the SEC has taken Richard Hart to court for violations, security violations, and whatever. But then again, they were taking everybody to court. Whether or not that goes any further remains to be seen, because the SEC is going to have some new leadership pretty soon. But this is actually not in the U.S. This is in on Interpol and Europol. Their wanted lists have included Richard Hart. So we'll go through this article quickly. Widely known as Richard Hart, the founder of Hex, is on global wanted list through a red notice following allegations of tax fraud and assault in Finland. I didn't realize it was assault. This is the actual... let me X this out. This is actually the wanted information here. Richard Schuler James, family name Schuler, forename Richard James, and commonly known for everyone else as Richard Hart. Okay, so the red notice serves as a worldwide request for the law enforcement agencies to locate and provisionally arrest Richard Hart. Finnish authorities are pursuing him. The arrest based on tax evasion allegations spanning from June 2nd, 2020 to April 2nd, 2024. So as recent as this past April. The case has gained additional gravity as Schuler now appears on Europe's most wanted fugitive list. As I mentioned, it's Europol, where authorities have detailed disturbing assault allegations involving a minor. Rumors are spreading that it was a 16-year-old girl or a 16 or 17-year-old boy. Not really sure. Just as a 16-year-old victim by grabbing their hair and dragging them into a stairwell and knocking them to the ground. So these are, unproven allegations, but they are pretty serious nonetheless. So yeah, it's not good news for Richard Hart and the Hex or Pulse community in general. The Hex token price, obviously, as you would expect, did take a dip after news of that, which is unfortunate. Reacted quickly. Hex was down 25% decline, and the price of Hex is down over 99% since its all-time high of 55 cents. Which I'm assuming goes back to the next bull market. Yeah, that's unfortunate, but one of the things about being a founder in a crypto project in the space is you got to make sure you watch your P's and Q's, because anything can happen. And you're in the public spotlight. So if anything does happen, or if anything does, if you do anything wrong or illegal, it's going to show in the spotlight for sure. Okay, let's go back to the chart here. I did want to look at a couple of our favorites while we're here. For those, where are we getting? Here's XRP, currently sitting at $2.14. I guess we don't need this anymore. That one no longer. Looking at this, you could actually see that it's making a pretty good bull flag. I hadn't really paid attention to this chart on here recently, but yeah, you can actually see that quite. But finally, if I go to the tips, now I go to the candle bodies. That's much easier. All right. So yeah, I mean, pretty basic TA, as you can see, but after having this nice flagpole and the flag, it could be forming a bear flag, or sorry, a bull flag. Anyway, yeah, I'm not really sure which direction the crypto market is going to go in. Some people we did get a bit of a Santa rally, so to speak, but on the chart here, I've got these liquidity zones that have been here for quite some time. I always keep them on the chart, and they have been a magnet for the Bitcoin price recently, this top zone. And then, worst case bearish case is down here. But mind you, when I did put this liquidity zone in here, the 200 AMA or 200 MA was down in this area here. So I was expecting, if we did get that major crash a couple of days back, that would have been a great area of support. But the moving average has since moved, now just peaking above this zone. So I'm not sure if this zone is valid anymore, but I'll keep it up there anyway, just in case. What to expect going forward? Well, as we had mentioned last week, a bit of choppiness. Moan had mentioned, especially a bit of choppiness for the next couple of weeks. Once the new year begins, up and until the Donald Trump inauguration in the U.S., we might see a little bit of pump action, continuing from where we were a couple of weeks ago. But then leading up to the inauguration, it could be buy the rumor, sell the news event. We could see a bit of a dip, could be a large correction at that time, but we'll have to wait and see. But right now, yeah, Bitcoin's not doing much. Altcoins are taking a beating again. A lot of them are down 10, 15% in the last couple of days. There are some outliers, like the Pudgy Penguins token that came out has done fairly well. And there's a few other outliers. But for the most part, everything is down on the daily and the last few days, actually. That is really about it. There isn't too much more that we can go over. There really isn't a lot of news that usually happens this time of year, just the Richard Hart thing, and then, of course, what's going on with the Cardano Foundation, which we will touch on next week. Hope everyone had a great holiday. Enjoy your New Year's. We will be back on Thursday next week. We should have a full panel then. So this is just a quick update video to make sure you guys know what's going on, and so you're not too afraid. I mean, there's nothing to worry about. Corrections happen along the way. The bull market is far from over. The most exciting part is yet to come. We just have to get through the inauguration toward the end of January. Once the crypto-friendly administration takes over, and we start seeing some pro crypto regulation, stuff that's good for the space, I think we'll see a lot of growth. We still have several months left in this bull market, and as I had mentioned, we will be following this new indicator that I've found. Shout out to BS Crypto, or No BS Crypto. I'm sorry, it's the CBBI, and currently we are at 80. So as we approach that 100 mark, that's when we should start to worry. But right now we have plenty of time to go. And what I do like about this indicator is, like I said, it takes several different ones. And anybody that wants to check this out on your own, it's a free site. Just go to callintalkscrypto.com, as you can see at the top of the page. It's not up there. Callintalkscrypto.com, the CBBI. And the other neat thing is you can, uncheck any of these, and it changes the graph. So if you only want to look at, I'll untoggle all the metrics. If you only want to look at the Pi cycle top indicator, which is one that a lot of people are familiar with and they like to look at, then you can do so. Or if you only want to look at what's the MRVR score that we like to look at as well, and it gives the individual score for each individual metric if you wanted to do that. But I like to keep them all triggered because it gives multiple points of data, and that way you get a better indication, a better idea of where we are in the market. So that's a really, really good indicator or website that we're going to start using on the channel. Like I said, thanks again. If you're looking to trade, you can go long, short. Obviously, you can buy spot market. Make sure you trade within your limit. Use the link down in the description to Bitunix. It really helps the channel. It's a great exchange, over $200 million in volume each day, over 1 million users, and all the assets are backed 1-to-1. It's a really, really secure exchange as far as exchanges go, especially for decentralized ones. We also have the link in the description for the DGens weekly newsletter, and they're also the link for their Discord is down there as well. Give them a look if you're into NFTs, and if you do want to get into trading and you want some trading signals, we have pro traders in there. Really, really good place to go for information, especially if you're new to the space. But yeah, once again, thank you very much for joining me on the stream, and we will see everybody next week. Appreciate it. Have a good one, guys.
You'll find crypto waves crashing like the tide. Hold your breath, it's a crazy ride. Welcome to the Weekly Roundtable.